Aloha. Welcome to TMDR, the Maui Daily Report for Friday, June 6, 2025. I'm Patty Lee, and these are some of the stories that may interest you today. Moku'ula, a sandbar in the middle of an ancient fish pond, was once the seat of the Hawaiian kingdom, but remains buried beneath an old ballpark in Lahaina town. The tragedy of August 2023 has spurred a movement to restore the historic site to its former glory. The state transferred control of the property to the county last year for cultural and ecological restoration, and county officials are about to begin the process of soliciting Lahaina community input to gain consensus on how to do that. Now we have a segment, Kamalu Ulu Olele, where we see how Lahaina may have looked many years ago.
My name is Benji Ekolu Rodriguez. We're standing in the Wahi of Kahuvai. It's in the Moku of Puna. Around us is Kamani Forest. It is native forest and some of the most intact archaeological sites throughout all of Hawaii. In the light of Lahaina and the fires going on, I wanted to share, and being in this place helps me visualize, if you go back to 1863 in the newspapers, there's an article that is written, and it's about this place called Kamalu Ulu Olele. And Kamalu Ulu Olele is actually the original name of Lahaina. Lahaina is actually a name that was given to the place. Lahaina translates into the merciless sun. If you go back to 1863 and you read Nupepa Ku'oko'a, written by Di Kaholili'u, he writes and he describes Lele. And he said it's an intentionally planted forest from mountain to sea, miles wide, with narrow walkways, and is planted with hau, ko, niu. It's interesting, once that was actually burnt down, famine broke out, they burnt down the food forest there and used it to power the sugar mills. And that's when I believe the name, from what I was told by my elders, that the name was changed from Lele into Lahaina. This place in Puna is still an intact native forest. And so I could just imagine that, we're standing in what Lahaina used to be some 200 odd years ago. That's the mo'olelo I wanted to share with you, and aloha to you all. Mahalo.
3 Molokai men went for a ride in an ATV in some mountainous terrain above Kawela on Molokai yesterday afternoon, and one of them, a 78-year-old man, was critically injured and menevaced to Oahu for care. The other 2 Molokai residents, both 72, sustained minor injuries. Bob Marley said that some people feel the rain and some people just get wet. On Maui, you couldn't do much of either this past month, as most rain gauges recorded less than 10% of average rainfall in the month of May. The summit of Pu'ukukui had the most rainfall at 14.28 inches, but that was still 51% of normal. Wailuku at 13 inches had its driest May since 2012. Rain or shine, Hawaii has the 3rd worst economy in the United States, but it is also the 3rd most prepared state in the event of a natural disaster. The ranking is possibly due to raised awareness in the wake of the wildfires. Only Massachusetts and Vermont had a higher rank. A case in point is the Maui Emergency Management Agency Strategic Preparedness Plan, presented to the County Council on Wednesday by Administrator Amos Lonokailua-Hewett. Key features include enhanced alert and warning systems, the creation of a community response team of 10,000 people, a massive planning overhaul, a wildfire risk reduction program, an upgraded emergency response center, and support for those more isolated living in East Maui, Molokai, and Lanai. If you drive the Pali from Oluwalu to Ukumehame, you know the roadway is falling into the sea. So a master plan to move a 6-mile section of the road is being developed for realignment by 2030. A final environmental impact statement should be ready this month. Ukumehame Beach Park will have to be relocated as well. Some ideas include a boardwalk for coastal access, restoration of native habitat, parking away from the beach, and fire mitigation. Tuna fish are moving east to find prey in cooler waters as the ocean warms. This is threatening the livelihood of fishermen in a dozen Pacific Island nations. The Solomon Islands, Fiji, Kiribati, and Papua New Guinea are among the islands affected. Catch rates are projected to fall by a third by 2050, according to scientists. In order to have food security in Hawaii, we might have to add more security personnel and technology to guard the crops. Thieves and vandals cost Hawaii ag producers almost $3.3 million in 2024, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Fruit and vegetable producers are hurt the worst. Last year, out of 644 agricultural crimes reported, only 47 culprits ended up under arrest. The state mandates that tens of thousands of cesspools need to be removed and replaced by 2050, which means there's a business opportunity. Maui College is offering an on-site wastewater treatment system specialist certificate. In order to meet the deadlines, about 50 cesspools need to be replaced every week. The coursework encompasses wastewater, construction design, and sustainability. If cesspools are your thing, email Charlotte Cheek, project manager at cheekc@hawaii.edu. It turns out the police are not the only ones handing out traffic citations. Scammers are sending fake texts from a fake DMV telling you to pay real money or else your registration will be suspended, you'll have to pay service fees, and your credit score will plummet. MPD is reminding the public that real law enforcement uses U.S. mail, not phone, text, or email, unless you contact them first. Kailay's Maui restaurant was once a food truck that traveled between Dickinson Street and the Costco food truck lot. Today, the company has restaurants at the Pukalani Terrace Center and Maui Lani Shopping Center in Wailuku. Now, Kailay's third restaurant will open back home at the Lahaina Cannery Mall on June 18th. Calling all local vendors, the Keanae Ko'olaulea is a free community event happening on Saturday, July 19th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Keanae Peninsula. The Ko'olaulea will feature live music, delicious local food, Hawaiian cultural demonstrations, a variety of local artisans, and craft vendors. Proceeds support the Hanaimi Na'au Scholarship. Download a vendor application at namoku.net. The deadline is June 19th. It is almost summertime, and with the price of hotels, it's hard to beat camping under the stars. KHON has picked the top 10 camping spots in Hawaii, and Maui's Wainapanapa State Park, famous for its black sand beach and sea caves, is ranked number 6. Or you can wake up to the songs of forest birds at Hosmer's Grove in Haleakala National Park, ranked at number 5. Hosmer's Grove is the entrance to the Waikamoi Preserve, home of the diminishing native birds like Hawaiian honey creepers. Several young ladies from the Maui Huliau Foundation went exploring with the Nature Conservancy. After that, we'll show you a quick segment about the majesty of the world's oceans, celebrated this Sunday, June 8th on World Oceans Day.
Today, we will be hiking into the boardwalk of Upper Waikamoi Preserve to learn more about native forests and why they are important.
The Nature Conservancy established a preserve at Waikamoi in 1983 in the heart of the East Maui watershed, which spans 100,000 acres on the windward slopes of Haleakala, encompassing 20% of the island.
Waikamoi encompasses 8,951 acres and is the largest intact native forest preserve in the state, providing a sanctuary for the Koa Ohia forest.
Hawaiian honeycreepers are a diverse group of anatomically different songbirds that inhabit the forests of Hawaii. Certain species are only found in the forests of East Maui. Scientists believe that Hawaiian honeycreepers evolved from one ancestral finch species, likely a rosefinch from Asia. Over time, these honeycreepers adapted to their new environment, feeding on different food resources and occupying different ecological roles to become what they are today. At least 56 Hawaiian honeycreepers were known to have existed, all but about 18 of them are now extinct. 6 of these are found in Maui. The Maui Forest Bird Recovery Project is a non-profit organization which also works in the Waikimoi Preserve. They protect Maui's endangered forest birds through habitat restoration, research, and other conservation techniques. Threats to our native forest have occurred over the past years from non-native plants such as Himalayan ginger, strawberry guava, blackberry, and gorse. These spread so fast that they suffocate the native species, leaving no room for other plants to grow. These threats include invasive ungulates such as pigs, deer, and goats, which can destroy the native forest habitat, and animals such as mongoose, cats, and rats can kill native birds. Climate change also poses a threat by allowing mosquitoes to travel farther up the mountain and infect native birds with fatal diseases. A more recent fungal pathogen, known as rapid ohia death, is killing the majority of the ohia population on the Big Island. Protecting our native forests from these threats requires coordinated efforts between multiple organizations.
And remember, we all need to do our part to keep our oceans and reefs clean and undamaged. Finally, today we have Daniel Emhoff's Aloha Friday Photo Finish. And that's it for today's Maui Daily Report. Mahalo for joining us, and please keep watching Akaku channels 53, 54, and 55. You can watch Akaku at akaku.org or on your phone 24/7 with our app, Maui Stream. You can listen to TMDR between 7 and 8 p.m. on KAKU 88.5 FM. This is how we stay connected. I'm Patty Lee. Enjoy your Friday night and have a great weekend. Aloha.